Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the Road to Undisputed at 168 pounds super middleweight as we discuss any undisputed champions that we currently have or unified champs or a potential road to becoming getting an undisputed champion in each division from 122 all the way to heavyweight. Now, before we get into it, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up here. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you guys could always give a thumbs down or leave a comment letting me know as to why. So now, the road to undisputed at super middleweight. Well, it's pretty simple. Canelo's been the undisputed champion. Canelo Alvarez has been the undisputed champion since November of 2021. He started his path towards undisputed in December of 2020 when he moved back up to super middleweight to take on Callum Smith for the WBA super title at the time and the vacant WBC championship. He knocked out, he dominated Callum Smith over 12 one-sided rounds and captured and unified 2 belts in that first fight, and had half of the titles at 168. Then he made a mandatory defense against Avni Yildirim, knocked him out in 3 rounds to keep his belt a couple months later, February of 2021. Then in May of 2021, he would attempt to unify belts against undefeated WBO champion Billy Joe Saunders. He broke down Billy Joe Saunders, broke his orbital bone, stopped him in the 8th round, and unified 3 of the 4 belts at 168. And then from there, in November of 2021, he attempted to become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world when he took on Caleb Plant, who was the reigning and undefeated IBF champion. Canelo dominated him, broke him down. Caleb Plant had his moments, but Canelo just broke him down and stopped him impressively in the 11th round to unify all 4 belts and become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. Now, since then, he's defended his belt twice. He's been champion for about a little over a year and a half now. He's held all 4 belts. He moved up to 175 in May of last year and lost in an attempt to become light heavyweight champion. Moved back down, fought Triple G for a 3rd time, dominated him to a 12-round unanimous decision in their 3rd fight, and then took on John Ryder this past May and dominated John Ryder, knocking him down a couple times en route to a one-sided 12-round unanimous decision as he retained all 4 of his belts again. Now Canelo pretty much is going to be undisputed champion for as long as he wants. He is the face of boxing. None of these governing bodies are going to enforce him to give up any of his belts. As long as he wants to be undisputed champ, he'll be undisputed champ. In September, he will be defending all 4 belts, most likely against WBC middleweight champion Jermall Charlo. Canelo just signed a 3-fight deal with the PBC, and I think he's gonna stay undisputed champion throughout that 3-fight deal. I think the first fight's gonna be against Jermall Charlo. I think the second fight in next May will likely be against David Benavidez. And then I think the 3rd fight is going to be the best option from there, which could potentially be, in my opinion, it could potentially be Demetrius Andrade, depending on how he does with the PBC, because he's with them now, and there's been talks of him and Caleb Plant possibly fighting. There's also potential for Jermell Charlo. That's been discussed. And depends on what Jermell does. He's fighting out 154 right now. He might be making a move up 1 or 2 weight classes to get in there with Canelo by September of next year. And then I also think the winner of Spence and Crawford has a solid chance of moving all the way up and getting that big fight. So, a lot on the line, a lot to be considered for Canelo. But again, the undisputed title is going to stay unified for as long as Canelo wants. That's pretty much my opinion on it. I don't think we're going to see any mandatories. Benavidez is a mandatory to 2 of the 4 belts if he beats David Morrell in November. there's strong talks that Benavidez and Morrell are going to fight each other in October, November. Morrell is the WBA regular champion and Benavidez is the interim champion of the WBC. So that makes 2 mandatories right there of the 4 belts that Canelo holds. Canelo just got done with his WBO mandatory in John Ryder. So they got to go through the process of finding a new mandatory for the WBO. And then the IBF, I want to say Vladimir Shishkin might be the #1 contender right now, but there's been no order there. And again, I don't think any of the governing bodies are going to order Canelo to have to, vacate a belt to fight their champion. I just don't see them doing that. All 4 governing bodies are going to make huge amounts of money keeping all 4 belts on Canelo. So for me, the undisputed title is going to stay undisputed at least at 168, at least for another year plus, in my opinion. So hopefully, Canelo blasts through Charlo, which I think he will, and then sets up that huge showdown with David Benavidez next year, whether it be May or September. So we'll see what happens, but that's it. That's what I got. That's my road to undisputed at 168 pounds, super middleweight. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.